Welcome everybody to our today's lunchtime talk about the new bookshelf in BlueSpice 4.5. So this is a little feature preview with which will show you some new development results. My name is Verena Hösl. For those of you who might not know me, I'm working as a product manager at Hallo Welt, and I'm responsible for planning, organizing, and coordinating our internal product development projects. I also have a little agenda for this lunchtime talk. At first, I would like to talk about the goal of our development regarding the new bookshelf, as well as the highlights of the development. Then I would mention some further improvements which have been developed for the new minor version. After that, I would like to switch to some live demo and show you how to create books with the new bookshelf. And in the end, we also have some time for answering questions. So at first, the goal of our development, we took a look at our old implementation and thought it is a little bit old-fashioned. So our focus was to redesign the user interface completely and to make it more user-friendly and modern in the design. We also improved the overview of the books and tried to allow more structuring or to get more structure in existing books. We also wanted to simplify the process of creating new books and allow direct access for book actions. And since this is a very important topic for us, we also focus on consistency in our system. That's why we reuse some existing elements which you might already know. The highlights of the development are the following. So as I already said, we created a complete new interface. There is now a horizontal layout for the book overview, which displays the existing books in form of so-called book cards. These book cards always show the book title and, if specified, the subtitle of the book. And it is also allowed to use book cover images. You might already know that. So we create a mechanism here that you can choose whether you want to use your own images, or you can also just skip this part and the software will add some supplied stock photos which will be delivered by default. On the book cards themselves, there are actions contained. So this is the direct access I was speaking a few minutes ago about. These actions are, for example, to edit the book, you can export the book, you can export the whole book, but also just chapters. You can delete a book from there, assign it to somebody, and also edit the metadata. We also integrated some kind of search bar on the special books page, which can be used to filter for an existing book or also for the bookshelf, which is the next part. So this means if you have a high amount of existing books already, it will make the user experience more improved and simple to find the book you're searching for. As I said, we will introduce a new structuring element, which is called bookshelf. So you can, for example, create a bookshelf which depends on a topic or a department. This is totally free to you how you want to structure the overview. Exactly, and those bookshelves can also be changed or created when creating a new book and also via metadata. I will show you in the live demo. We also introduce a new dialog for creating books. This dialog can be found on special books, and it's also in the split button of the new button. So this means that you can create a book from every place in the wiki where you are. If you're on a page, for example, and edit it and decide that you want to create a book now, you can just simply click on the split button, select new book, the dialog will open, then you insert every value you would like. So the only value which is mandatory in this dialog is the book title. Any other value is optional. Those are, for example, the subtitle, the bookshelf itself, and also the book cover image. And after saving or creating the new book, you will be redirected to the special books page where this small search bar is. And this search bar is pre-filtered with the new book. So you just see this book card at a very first glance, and you're able to directly access the edit mode there. Like I said, we are focused on consistency in our system. So that's why we will use the menu editor as the new book editor. You might already know it from editing the right sidebar, for example, or also the footer area or the mega menus. So this element will also serve as the new book editor. You can use it for creating new books. It is possible to create a structure in there. The several chapters are already numbered, and if you decide to move a chapter from below to the top, the numbering will get adjusted dynamically. Of course, it's also possible to still use the source code editor if you want to, when you want to change the order of the chapters. In the menu editor or the book editor itself, there's also some options for adding the chapters. So for example, you can use it to have a text chapter there, but you can also add pages there. There is further access to add or edit the metadata. And also we maintained the functionality of the mouse actions. So you can add all pages of a category, for example, as well as all sub-pages of a page or page collections. I would also mention something small which might not be a topic for the user experience, but we changed our book tree. Maybe you remember it. It was built on the XJS framework, but now we switched to a Vue.js tree. It enables the export of individual chapters, whereby you can choose the complete tree. You can choose individual chapters or complete chapters. I also show you that in the live demonstration. And in general, all functions that the XJS tree were provided in the old version are also kept for the new version. And last but not least, this was some feedback we often receive from our customers. Why can a page just be in one book? We thought about that and we changed the mechanism here. So now it is possible to add a page to multiple books. This is a result of the development because we removed the bookshelf tag. Maybe you remember it. It was quite complex. If you edited an already existing book and you wanted to add a new page there, then you had to click on the split button to get the bookshelf tag on this page and that the page is shown up in the book navigation. This is also this is now totally gone. You don't have to think about that anymore. So you just can add a page and it will be saved there. When a page is in several books, we also thought about how can we visualize that. So it's like that we wanted to make sure that the user comes from let's say it otherwise. So we wanted to keep the context the user accesses this page. So when, for example, the user had a page A and a book A, and this page A is also in book B, but the user opened the page A via book A, it is displayed first there. But there will be a small drop down in the book navigation, which makes it visual that this page is already also part of another book. So far, so good. Some smaller or further improvements I would like to mention here is that with BlueSpice 4.5, we will provide a new content droplet, which is called Search in a Book. This is a pre-configured text search, so you just can edit just can add this content droplet to a page, it will open a small inspector in the edit mode where you can define the book. And after saving, there is some small search bar. And this enriches the page content because, for example, if you have a page about a specific topic and you also have a book about this topic, you can just insert this small droplet there and people can get some additional information about the topic. In addition, we also integrated the books in the search center. So pages and content in books can be found more easily in the search center now. We provide a new filter for books, which can be easily added. And also, if you remember the display of our search center, there are those small cards, and there is also some small tag which tells a user at the very first glance if a page is in a book or not. So this was the theoretical part. Let's switch to the live demonstration. Therefore, I need to switch my browser real quick. You should be able to see my screen. I think this looks good. So the entry point for the new book overview or special books is still in the left sidebar. So you can just click on books here. As I said, we have this horizontal layout now where the book cards are displayed. You have the book actions on the card itself. There's also some more. The selection which is shown to the user depends on the user permission. So not every user is able to see everything here. Just that you know, you can scroll down here. And as I also mentioned, there is this small search bar, which is just for this page to filter, for example, for a bookshelf. In this case, I will type in my name because there is the bookshelf Verena's test books. And you will get everything that is assigned to this shelf. You can also search for a book title, for example, cats, and you will receive the result here and get the value you're filtering for. We also have this new create book dialog. As I said, the entry point is in the right sidebar as well as in the split button of the new button. So there is this entry new book. If you click on it, a small dialog will open. You can insert the book title. So this value is mandatory. Subtitle, bookshelf, and cover image is optional. So I will create a new one, which is called Lunchtime Talk. I'll create also a subtitle. Let's just use this value. This is a story of creating a new book. I can choose the bookshelf here. I could also add a new bookshelf here if I wanted to. Let's do this. Let's call it webinar. And you're able to select a cover image. So you can drop or select a file here, but you can also search for a file which is already existing on the wiki. I will leave it like that for now, because afterwards I will show you how you can edit, for example, the book cover image via the metadata. So let's save it. After saving, the page will be refreshed. As I said, there will be a filter applied for the new book. So if you would delete it, the whole overview would be back. But we thought if you create a new book, it would be good that this new book shows up. And from there, you can directly switch into the edit mode. So let's click on edit. And then we will have the view of our menu editor. Here you can edit elements. So like I said, you can add text chapter headings, which are just text chapter headings, or you can define a wiki page here. You can search for existing wiki page, for example, and can edit it. And you can also change the display title here. I will not add the pages manually because I think this takes too much time, but just wanted to show you how you could do that. You can also edit the metadata here. So there's also a dialog. As you can see, the values which are already inserted show up and are checked with this checkboxes here, but you can do some further editing of the metadata if you want to. And also we have the mass add functionalities here. And for this demonstration, I will add all subpages of a page. So I created a page which is called Lunchtime Talk. As you can see, there are a lot of subpages under it. So we'll click on Add, and all the pages getting added here. I would like also to show you that you can edit each page if you want to, so how they will be displayed in the book navigation. Let's change the label here and say demonstration. It dynamically gets adjusted here. Also, if I would like to move the Lunchtime Talk page 003 to the second position, I can simply drag and drop it here. So now you can see this numbering gets adjusted automatically. Then let's save the book. This view is the Vue.js tree, like I mentioned. So from here, a user would be able to export individual chapters if he wants to, just by simply clicking on export. I would like to show you real quick also a little bit more complex structure. I think it was this one was a real good example. Let's see. Yes, exactly. So as I said, you can select the whole tree if you want to, which means just check the first checkbox, so everything will be selected here. It is possible that you select a complete chapter, but still you can just select anything you want to here. But I just wanted to demonstrate that real quick. So back to our Lunchtime Talk book. So the book is created. Now we can go back to our book overview. As you have seen, I created a new bookshelf, which is called Webinar. And from there, you can just simply access the book itself and have this book navigation on the left. This page is also part of another book. There is this small drop-down which shows, this page is also a book of the VH test book. So if you would just switch here, you will be forwarded to the second book where the page is part of, but you can also switch back to it. Yes. One small thing I would like to mention is that, as I said, if a user doesn't have the corresponding permission to edit a book, some actions might not be displayed here and here. There is also this chapters entry, which was introduced for users who might not be able to edit the book, but maybe want to export several or individual chapters. This will also forward us again to the Vue.js tree. We thought that this might be helpful for users which are not allowed to edit the book, because this action disappeared when there was no edit permission. Yes, exactly. So another thing to show you, as I said, I didn't choose a book cover image for here because I wanted to get a book which is supplied with our stock photos, but you can also change it if you want to. Therefore, you just need to go to the metadata dialog, which also opens here, click on the bookshelf image, and just select a file which is already existing in the book. There is also a suggestion. You can just edit here. You could also, for example, delete the subtitle or change the title, and then you click on Save. The page gets refreshed. And after the refresh, we have a new book cover image, we have a new title, and the subtitle is gone. So far, so good. That would be everything regarding my demonstration, I guess. Now it's up to you. Do you have any further questions about the new bookshelf implementation?